Hi guys, welcome back. We're continuing on with the sound treatment of the boot area. Today we've got some things to finish off. The floor itself, in behind this battery cover, and then in behind this trim piece here at the back. I need to sound treat that. Basically we're going to be using the 12mm acoustic liner for the battery area and behind the trim, and then we're going to use a heavy mass loaded vinyl for the floor area. I'm also going to fill this this void in. I'm going to cap it off and fill it with some padding, because that just not needed, to be honest. And then hopefully we can get all of that done today. So I will get started on that and we'll catch you a little bit later in the video. Right, got a bit more done. So here the back of the trim under this section's now all foamed up. Plenty of room underneath that bit of trim for it all to fit. And now time to move on to this battery cover. I think it's probably going to be easier to treat the bottom, even though it looks pretty complicated. There's plenty of room once it fits on there, and I don't think it's necessary to do the back and sides because we already have all the sound treatment in there already. So one of the things I do want to make sure is that all of these tools and things don't rattle in here. They're pretty secure anyway, but I might just lay a light piece of foam on the top of that as well. So I'm trying to do that little piece, and that'll be another task done. Okay, so just working on getting this battery tray soundproofed. So little insert there. On the back here I've attached a piece of industrial Velcro because this corner tends to pop off a bit. Trim that off and glued that on the front just for aesthetic purposes. And then down the bottom here, what I've done is applied some foam and then a layer of the mass loaded vinyl. So that's ready to pop in the car. So I'll go have a crack at that now and see how she fits. Alright, so got that roughly into position, and can just press it all down, and yeah, there we go. Nice snug fit, and that's the battery cover in place and all sealed up. So on to the next section. Alright guys, time to get started on the floor of the boot. So the first thing we need to do is get this foam piece back in. That'll act as a bit of a sound deadener. So it should just pretty much press straight back in. It's a tighter fit than normal, but that's okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of mass loaded vinyl out to act as a small lid there, and I'll stuff this void with some just some soft filling material to because I don't want that to act like a drum. And so I'll use a piece of tracing sheet to get that shape perfect, and then we'll cut that out and get that piece sealed up as well. Alright, I'll do that and be right back. Okay, so I've filled this centre void with some foam and cut out a lid to go on that, backed it with a bit of cardboard to give it some stiffness, and that can just press straight in there like that. There we go. So that's all sealed up, and what I'll do is be laying some mass loaded vinyl across the top of that as well. I might even run some cloth tape over that just to hold that into place. So that's the floor, next stage in the boot floor. Right, I did end up coating the top of that that panel in cloth tape just to hold it in place, so it's nice and firm now. So the next section is to get the mass loaded vinyl sheet down here on the floor of the boot. So what I'm going to do is use the insert as a template. It pretty much fits perfectly. Sorry, just throw that in here like this. So you know that kind of fits in very snug. So what I'm going to do is just cut a piece out exactly the same shape as that and see how that test fits. Okay, so the mass loaded vinyl that I'm using here is the heavyweight version. It's probably another 50% heavier than the standard stuff that we've been using. And here is the floor tray that I'm going to mark out and use as a template, just with my trusty white crayon. Just sort of run an outline here. So I'm just going to cut that out, trim it up, and we'll just see how that fits. Okay, so that actually fits pretty well. Bearing in mind that the passenger side trim piece needs to go in yet, but no, that came up all right. All right, just finalising this boot floor. So what I've done is actually trimmed a little bit off here and a little bit off this back ledge, running through there, just so that the floor liner sits down below this lip. And now that that's done, just pull that back into place. It pretty much fits 100%, and looks pretty good. The boot's getting one step closer to being finished, so I think I'll sign off for the day and catch you in the next episode.